Hi guys, we are here in Sagatuck and we're gonna talk about the silent treatment today. Such a beautiful day. Look at how amazing this is. This place is amazing. All right, so let's talk about the silent treatment. What is the silent treatment? Okay. The silent treatment is what an immature adult does when they are upset and they don't know how to process their own emotion in a healthy and respectful manner. So, what do they do instead? They stop talking. They just sweep things under the carpet and pretend nothing is wrong. And they act stoic by ignoring you. That is abuse. You know that because your body has an immediate reaction to it, okay? It's a little puzzling because you have no clue what you did wrong and you want to talk about it, but you can't. This person giving you the silent treatment knows that. That's why they're doing this. They want your attention. So, they're gonna make you hurt because they're hurt. Remember, hurt people hurt people. I mean, it might not be 100% conscious, but trust me, like they know, okay? When we are children, we don't get what we want, we sulk and pout. So mom and dad can ask us, hey, what's wrong? When an adult does this, they want you to say the same thing. Are you okay? Can I do something? Did I do something wrong? They hope that you'll call and come over and say something like, hey, what's wrong? They want you to do that, okay? Why? They just don't know how to deal with their own emotions, right, by themselves. So they want you to distract yourself, right? They can't be by themselves, okay, because it's risky. We already talked about that. We all know these people. They jump from one relationship to another really fast because they can't be by themselves, okay? They don't have the skill and they don't want to learn the skills, okay? They don't do self-accountability very well or even look at themselves, okay? How many people do you have in your lives that do that? How many people? Me? I have like a couple people that do that. I set boundaries with one of them, so really just one. But even one person can send you over the edge. I never know what I'm doing wrong because they don't say, all right? They don't address it, and if I ask what I did wrong, they don't respond. They can't process it. Nobody is too busy to respond to messages, okay? Nobody, trust me. I work with high VIPs, directors, people that have thousands of people under them. And what I know for sure is these people are not too busy, okay? They're just ignoring you on purpose because they're hurt, They're just hurt. Usually within a week or two, suddenly they're fine. And by that, like, it's so good that, they're so good finally. I don't bring it up anymore. I'm just happy they're not pissed off at me, okay? We play along like nothing ever happened. They know that. This is why they do this, okay? This is what you need to know. When somebody gives you the silent treatment, to them, it feels easier than having a conversation because they're really, really bad at authentic communication. They never did it, so they don't know how to do that. They don't have the skills, okay? It has nothing to do with you. It feels like it because it hurts. But when somebody gives you the silent treatment, it's almost certain that it stems from their inability to understand their own emotions, okay? And how to process their emotions. Anytime an adult acts like an 80-year-old child, don't stress, just give them time. Mel Robbins says, let them. She came up with this amazing theory that revolutionized my life. Get this book immediately, read it, download it on audiobooks. Do it now. Stop what you're doing and get this book. It will change your life. You will thank me later, okay? I had no idea what a big problem this was in my life until I learned this let them theory. So thank you, Mel Robbins. From navigating guilt trips or fearing other people's disappointments or worrying about somebody else's reaction, this is like crucial. It's crucial. Like, do you have like people that you say, oh my God, is this the right time to talk to her? Is she in a bad mood? You tiptoeing around somebody else's mood. There's like a million ways that you're allowing these people emotions and behaviors and immaturity to drain your energy and your power, right? Their passive aggressive behavior, their guilt trips, their emotional outburst gives your decisions, right? It makes your decisions. It really drains you, okay? You say, hey, crap, my mom is in a bad mood. I can't go and ask her for help because she'll yell at me, right? You say yes when you really want to say no. Why? This is why you cave. This is why it's hard for you to set boundaries. That's why you walk on eggshells when certain people are in a bad mood. I totally get it. I've done it for years. It feels easier to give in to their stupid guilt trip, but in a long run, every time you do that, you will lose a crucial piece of yourself. When an interaction with somebody like your dad, your girlfriend, or whoever, okay, leaves you emotionally exhausted, just ask yourself, why are you always the one that needs to adjust or compromise? Why do you have to take on the responsibility for somebody else's happiness? Especially if it's at the expense of your own happiness. You will always come last if you let other people's immaturity hold power over you, okay? When you have to deal with somebody that is draining, somebody that wants all the attention to be on them, somebody that interrupts conversations and makes them all about them, whether it's positive or negative. They have to be the hero or the victim all the time. Listen, next time this happens, just imagine them being an 8-year-old and treat them as such. I made another video just on that. So, back to the silent treatment. An 8-year-old wants you to come over and ask what's the matter, so they don't have to deal with their own emotions by themselves, okay? When somebody pulls the silent treatment on you, or plays the victim, or erupts in frustration, just let them, okay? And then I want you to visualize the 8-year-old version of them trapped inside their big body. Because when you do that, you don't feel scared of this person. You actually pity them. You feel compassion instead of contempt, okay? You're gonna start to realize that their inability to process their emotions, like sadness, insecurity, disappointment, anger, fear, rejection, it's not your fault. And it's not your problem to solve, because this has been happening to them since they were just a child, and they need to do their work themselves, okay? You need to protect your energy and take a step back and see it for what it is, okay? Stop being hopeful that they will change. This is a person who has no idea how to handle or express their emotions in a healthy way. Just let them go silent. And with that, don't lie, don't steal, don't cheat, and don't kill any insects today. Mwah, 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 mwah.